Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're talking about drones. And I'm not just talking about cool gadgets. We're going to look at how these little flying machines are sparking this quiet global revolution that's way bigger than you probably think.
So let's just jump right in. I want to ask you something. When you hear the word drone, what's the very first thing that pops into your head? For most people, it's usually one of two things, right? And it's probably based on what you've seen online or in the news. On one hand, you've got the camera drone. You know, the one that gets those absolutely stunning aerial shots for YouTube videos. Or maybe your mind goes to the other extreme, their military background, or even these wild futuristic ideas of like personal air taxis flying all over the city. But here's the thing. What if I told you the real revolution, the story that's actually changing lives right now, isn't about photography or sci-fi cities? It's happening in places you might not expect, like farm fields and tiny remote villages. There's this massive but kind of quiet shift happening right under our noses.
Okay, so let's start with something huge, saving lives. We're talking about healthcare, where drones aren't just a cool new toy. They are literally becoming a lifeline for people.
So, picture this. In huge parts of sub-Saharan Africa, a single washed-out road can be a death sentence. Getting medical supplies through can be almost impossible. Well, drones are changing all of that. They don't care about roads. They just fly right over the problem.
And the results are just staggering. Get this, in Rwanda, they've set up a national drone network that delivers blood to remote clinics whenever it's needed. And because it's so fast, they've reduced the amount of wasted blood by 67%. That is a huge, huge deal. And it's not just a one-off thing in Rwanda. Over in Ghana, they use drones for vaccine delivery. And guess what? Vaccine stockouts dropped by 30%. That means more kids are getting the immunizations they need, right on schedule. It's that simple. So you see what's happening here, right? This tech is literally saving lives because it can just leapfrog over all the problems that have made remote healthcare so difficult for decades. A trip that used to take days now takes maybe an hour. It's a total game changer.
All right, so from saving lives, let's talk about sustaining them. Drones are also completely shaking up one of the oldest jobs in the world, farming.
They're giving farmers this incredible bird's-eye view that they've just never had before. It's called precision agriculture, and really, it just means farming smarter, using resources like water more efficiently, which is absolutely critical in places where water is scarce.
So how does this even work? Well, this is where it gets really cool. The tech behind it is called NDVI. Don't worry about the name. Here's what it does. The drone has a special camera that can see how plants reflect light. It's basically a health checkup from the sky. It can spot problems like a lack of water or nutrients way before a farmer could ever see it with their own eyes. And this is how that whole process looks in the real world. A case study in Tunisia laid it out. It's a simple 4-step thing. 1, the drone flies over the field. 2, it scans everything and spots unhealthy plants. 3, it creates this super detailed map. And 4, the farmer uses that map to put water or fertilizer only on the exact spots that need it. No waste.
Okay, so what we've seen so far is already mind-blowing, right? But believe it or not, this is just the beginning. The real key that's going to unlock the next massive leap forward is artificial intelligence. Think of AI as giving the drone a brain. It's what turns it from just a remote-controlled toy into something that can think for itself. It can navigate, it can understand what it's seeing, and it can make decisions on the fly, all without a human constantly telling it what to do. And if you want to use thousands of these things at once, that autonomy is non-negotiable.
And that AI brain unlocks this absolutely critical capability for the future, something called BVLOS. It stands for Beyond Visual Line of Sight. And this really spells out the difference. On one side, you have the old way. A pilot has to physically see the drone at all times. That really limits how far it can go. But with BVLOS, the drone is on its own. It's flying autonomously for miles and miles, using its AI brain to dodge things like trees or power lines. This is what makes large-scale delivery networks even possible.
Okay, so this future with autonomous deliveries and maybe even air taxis sounds amazing. And it is. But we're not quite there yet. There are some pretty big hurdles we have to get over first.
And let's be clear, this is a global race. You've got countries like India going all in, creating these huge national strategies to become a global drone hub. Everyone wants a piece of this.
But that path forward is tricky. First, you've got the rules. How do you safely manage skies full of autonomous drones? That's a huge question. Then there's the tech itself. We need better batteries for sure. And what about cybersecurity? You have to make sure these things can't be hacked. And maybe most importantly, people have to be okay with it. We need to address all the concerns about privacy and safety to get public buy-in.
So when you boil it all down, the big takeaway is this. The drone revolution isn't something that's coming soon. It's happening right now. It's saving lives today. It's making farms more efficient today. It is reshaping our world from the sky as we speak. So that really just leaves us with one final, big question. Are we ready for what's coming next?